Hello everybody and welcome back to that LEGO channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be pretty much predicting the Marvel CMF that we just got confirmation of. Now, before we get into this really quickly, it had Disney in front of Marvel, which is leading myself to believe that it's going to be based off the MCU and not the comics, like a bunch of the comic sets we've been getting recently. Now, another thing with my predictions, there were a lot of Marvel movies I didn't include. The first two Avengers, any of the standalone movies for the main four, Civil War, and Guardians of the Galaxy, for that matter. And I probably cut out some others, but I'm just going to ignore it so I can hurry up with this video because I don't want you guys to leave yet. So starting off, I figured that they would include an Iron Man, of course. They can't just not. He's one of their most popular characters now. And I was going to include a Tony Stark because they've already made all the mainstream Iron Man. So I actually decided to go through the Iron Man armors and see which one that we haven't gotten that was different enough to warrant a figure. You know, like Blue Steel and the Hot Rod suit. And looking at them, the one that really caught my eye was the Mark 27, the, I think, codename Disco. I really like the suit because my favorite color is purple. My eyes are literally purple. And pretty much I think that if they had to make an Iron Man figure, this would most likely be the one they would make, considering it's the one we haven't gotten yet. Now, next up is Captain America. Now, I think that they would realistically make the stealth suit or the scales. I like to call it the scale suit, the scale armor suit from Endgame, or the stealth suit from Winter Soldier. Those are the only ones we haven't actually gotten figures of, and I think realistically they would make those ones. Then next up we have Hulk. Now, of course, Hulk is a big fig and can't be included in a minifigure series. So I thought, what would they realistically do? They would maybe make a Bruce Banner figure, but I think that's pretty lame. So they would probably make like a Bruce Banner transforming into the Hulk, which I think would be really cool. And I know this sounds like personal preference, and honestly, this would be very different if it was personal preference, because we would be getting remakes of figures that I think weren't done well, or characters that they don't care about. Yeah, this is what I think could happen. Now, I excluded Thor because, again, we have every mainstream Thor. We have Avengers Thor, Age of Ultron Thor, Infinity War Thor, which does count for Endgame in a sense, and Ragnarok Thor. That's all we really need. So I did not include Thor. I'm sorry. I should have included Valkyrie, but I don't think they would make a Valkyrie figure. Now, I realized that since this is supposed to be coming out in the summer, the Marvel shows will have released. So I actually thought that it would make sense if there were Marvel show characters to coincide with the release of that, which is one of the reasons why I excluded some Marvel movies. So I think there would probably be a new Falcon figure and a new Bucky figure in the spot. And by the way, I am including only 12 because that's the new number of figures in series now or something. So I wanted to include more, but I didn't. So that's what I think they would do. And I also think they would include an updated Scarlet Witch. We haven't gotten one in 5 years at this point. And we could really use a new one. Don't get me wrong, the last two were good, but we need an updated Scarlet Witch. What can I say? And I was hesitant of including this one because we already have a perfect Vision. But I think they would probably get creative with the WandaVision show and include Vision. Or if they want, they can include like one of the antagonists of the show, or whatever, because the show hasn't come out yet. It's coming out in 2 days. I can't wait to watch it. So maybe they would do that instead of Vision, but I feel like it would make more sense to include Vision. And then for Black Panther, I was thinking that we would include M'Baku. He was a pretty big character in that movie and sort of Infinity War, I guess. And I like his character. I think it would be cool to actually get him in minifigure form. And he's a character that a lot of people like. And with sadly Chadwick Boseman's passing, a lot of news was stirred up like for Black Panther. So I don't know if they would use that to their advantage because it's slightly it's not that relevant now, but it's slightly more relevant than it would be if Chadwick Boseman didn't pass away. So I don't know. I don't. That's a really scummy thing, but I think that might be a reason for them to make a Black Panther figure. Um, then for Doctor Strange, because there was really only one character from that movie that we didn't get, and I'm not counting Dormammu. That would be a build if we got him as a character. And that is Caecilius. He's honestly not one of the best Marvel villains in my opinion, but we still didn't get him, and he has such a cool design, especially his eyes, and I would love to see how Lego did that. I mean, I don't know, they might mess it up, but as you could tell with the DC series, they actually cared about the details with the series and not the sets, so I'm holding out hope. Then, another one I'm including is War Machine from Avengers Endgame. Now, we did get a War Machine figure, but all I had was an updated helmet, and I think it would be really cool if we got a new War Machine, because the last... Sorry, just dropped. I'll tell you later. The last War Machines we got were all so cool. First one, second one, third one, and I guess the helmet was cool on the Endgame one. And not to mention, he's getting a show for Disney Plus. It won't come out around when this will come out. I looked it up, but it will be pretty cool to get like an Endgame War Machine. Now, next up on the list, we have Loki. I included him because though we did just get a new Loki, which does look really good, I think it'd be really cool to get his suited version from the upcoming Loki show. There's a pretty good chance that there will be like other versions from the show that we haven't seen yet that look cooler, or we could just get an updated version of a past Loki, or I don't know, maybe a version of Loki we haven't gotten. I have an idea. We could get Loki with a stab wound from the Dark World. That would be a great idea. That's a joke, by the way. And I know it's weird that I included Loki instead of Thor, but again, there isn't like a mainstream Thor that we haven't gotten. And it would make more sense for them to release Loki because he's such a popular character and he's getting a show. So, I mean, they literally included Disney in like the whole like right by Marvel. So, I think that this could work out, essentially. Now, next up on the list we have Spider-Man, but with the black instead of blue from Far From Home. For some reason, we didn't get this yet, and I think it'd be really cool if we did. I don't know how Sony would feel about us having it, but if it is going to be an MCU series, I feel like it would just make sense for them to put the most popular Marvel character in the series, because that would sell. People would get the series just for this figure. I mean, people only buy the Spider-Man sets in the Spider-Man wave. So, I'm just saying. And that's it for my predictions. I'm super excited for the series, and I want to point something out. Every single image in this video was either a Hot Toys figure, a screenshot, not, of course they're screenshots. It was either a Hot Toys figure, something from promotional art or concept art, or just straight up a screenshot from a trailer or movie. I didn't want to take like anyone's fan art or something like that. I made sure of that, and everything is just very horribly screenshotted. And that's why things were very off. Okay? Actually, I did steal the image of myself. I stole that from this stupid idiot who has this dumb YouTube channel that you should subscribe to. I stole that from him. He's dumb, but really great, so you should subscribe to him and like his videos. Without further ado, thank you so much for watching. Keep on building Monkey Sam sandwiches, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.